sky yesterday, I thought about my mother. I imagined seeing her RDP house from all the way up there. I remembered my home in her, how her womb housed me, and how her house hugged me every day when I came back from school, every morning when she woke me up. I remember that it was first a single room that we shared with my 3 sisters. We squeezed 2 beds into a crescent moon, and on it we all shared our dreams. My mother dreamt the most, with many a character featured in these films, and today I am one of those dreams. I continue to live as one of her dreams. I remember the shack we lived in before that, and how the rain would come in while we sleep. It would creep in through the roof and try to force its way into our blankets, but she was always vigilant, and when it came, she would wake up and cover us with plastic sheets. She herself was the shelter when the shack failed. And when there was no food, she herself was the meal. She herself would reveal secrets unspoken about who we are. The problem is that she would never speak, so I still don't know, but I'm starting to understand her silence. We are all the things not yet said. The only secret that exists because we were never told. In fact, we're not a secret because a secret is only a secret when at least one person knows we are something unknown. She planted silence in us and sowed patience and light around our eye sockets. She had nothing but kindness in her pockets, nothing to store but resilience in her cupboards, and that's what she cooked every single night. That's all we needed to see the next light. I wished I could see her corrugated iron roof and somehow catch a glimpse of her through some of the holes it holds. My mother's house is holy, and when it rains, it's actually holy water that floods her floors and overflows. My aunt says we should fix it, but there is nothing to fix. I think it's perfect, a work of art, or perhaps a gallery of tragedies, a broken down galaxy with planets long drifted. My sisters and I are the planets. The oldest one was named Grace, the warrior spirit. She was Mercury, too close to the sun, long burnt and soon smoked in its fires. Following her was Wilhelmina. Destiny broke her spine. History sat hunched on her back. She was stitched together to storm the weather while my mother weathered her storms. She was Venus, and she too soon got scorched. The 2 of them left never to come back. My other sister and I orbit back to the center from time to time, but I fear that she is Pluto. She doesn't seem to get enough sun. It is too cold for her, and I worry that she is going to freeze. She hurts so much, but I even wonder if she can still bleed. I heard he hit her. I wonder if she bled. Perhaps she was too frostbitten. Perhaps a part of her fell off when his fist landed on her face. Perhaps it wasn't a fist. Perhaps he just held her by her wrist and twisted. Perhaps that's when her hands fell off. And maybe that's why she just can't handle it anymore. Perhaps she'll leave. Perhaps she can't. Because all that'll be left is the black hole we call home, where we all come to die, like Grace, who came back soon before her end, and Wilhelmina. She didn't need to come back. She could never leave. Instead, death waved at her from the corner of my mother's kitchen, eating away at every future she tried to cook up in her vision. AIDS ate the roots my family tree stood on. It wasn't just my 2 sisters, 2 other cousins gone, 1 on the way out, my mother's sister gone. Everyone in my family is on some kind of marathon. The children are left hidden behind the arms of their grandmother. My mother is the only place that will not go. Her ancient hands are iron shields that make it shiver. But she could never protect her own children. Perhaps she never knew how. Perhaps they grew too big to fit under her wings. I'm just a strange cloud that found some light in a book. I stuck my head in one and never brought it out to look. But by the time I looked up, everyone had just died. The forest tree now lay on its side, some of the leaves still falling, some of the fruits slowly rotting. But perhaps I'm Mars, the possibility, the only chance of our survival. Maybe that's why they named me Shepherd. Perhaps it's my job to lead us to greener pastures, but I don't quite know how. My mother, the mystic, retired domestic, a miss, not quite here, but so here that it hurts. Not quite clear, but so clear that it's blinding. A Mr. Cloud, my sister, the victor, lost in the whirlwind of my family's whisper, giving herself entirely to us, devoted, demoted from herself, my family, a tragedy, a love story, a hazy happening, my family, almost not clear enough for drawing, a faded history, a blank legacy, my family, a testimony of love and loss and living regardless.